on the air.
Awesome.
So,
well, there it is.
All right, so you are listening to All Things Employment on OneTalkNetwork.com. I am Aaron Boyce with
Robin Rose-Haymer
and
Chanel Sadler.
And our special guest is
Larry Carr.
And I got to tell you, I'm extremely excited about Mr. Larry Carr, which you're going to be hearing not only this half hour, but hopefully the next half hour as well. He has a lot to say. He's done a lot of things. He's a very important man. And this is where he gets all humble. Oh, who, me? You know, yes, Larry, you. And
my children wouldn't say that.
Well, neither would. I don't think Bill Gates' children think that he's all that either. You know, so. But I wanted to also say that besides Larry Carr being in the house, we also have a lot of other things going on. Of course, we're going to tell you who's hiring in all different parts of the country. We're going to have our think about it, and then we're going to do a spotlight on and our tutorial as usual. And what I'm excited about, Robin, is our point counterpoint. We're going to be talking about that as well, which of course I'm sure you're going to absolutely agree with everything that I say.
Because that's the whole point of point counterpoint, for me to completely agree with everything that you say.
I'm not going to do so.
You're not going to say. I knew there has to be somebody who's going to be all difficult. All right,
that's my job.
That is your job, and you do it well, so well.
Thanks.
You know, but so that we could calm down and reach back into our Zen moment, we have a quote.
We do have a quote. Our quote today is a movie quote. And it comes from a movie.
You can't handle the truth. Is that no?
Yeah, that's not the quote. But thanks for that. Appreciate that addition to the day.
Moving on.
The quote for today comes from a movie in 1998. It's a Denzel Washington film. This movie's called The Siege, and our quote for the day is "The most committed wins." That's our quote. The most committed wins.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the most committed wins.
That's right.
Wow, I love that quote.
Thank you. It's one of my favorite things to tell people.
We need to write that down.
I will. I'll write that down.
Okay, Larry. In case you don't know, whenever somebody says something so profound, so wonderful, we write it on the board.
Good idea.
The most committed wins.
Generally true.
Wow. Okay. And so, Robin, another thing that I wanted to discuss with you was the fact that you have been accepted in the Nehemiah Emerging Leadership Program.
I have been.
That's exciting.
It's very exciting and daunting and scary and exciting. All of that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Larry, are you familiar with Scott Syfax and the entire Nehemiah Emerging Leadership Program?
Most certainly am familiar with that, and I was one of for his first class, I was one of the people who were selecting the candidates for Nehemiah.
In fact, you and I sat in the same room.
We did.
We did. And in fact, who would have thought after class 1, which is the most remarkable class, there would be a class 2, then class 3, then class 4, then class 5. And Robin is a proud member of class 6.
Yes, I am. Class 6.
So, and of course, what I love about the Nehemiah program is that each class thinks that they are the best.
Well, of course, as well they should.
As well they should. So
but we'll all know the truth that class 6 is going to be the best.
Is going to be the best. And Robin, we wanted to say congratulations.
Aww.
And here we go.
Yay! So I thought about, telling everyone how much I don't love you. But then I was like, nah, I actually like her. So we had to get together and give some flowers.
Thank
I
you.
really, well, not just me, but mostly me. Because Aaron can't.
Well, I know how Aaron feels.
Right.
I'm well aware.
As long as you know. But we just wanted to present you with these flowers.
Thank you very much. They're gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
They're going to make a lovely addition to my
don't have
desk
great
today.
taste. Oh,
Yes,
and then,
oh,
wait. No, that says my name. Sorry. Just kidding.
Now,
Chanel's like somebody's little sister. You just want to kick her.
you want to make
Right after
sure.
you hug her.
Well.
Not really.
I want to kick up anyway. So, but you may want to make sure that the Morton's gift card is still in there.
Oh, somebody's been eating steak?
I don't know.
Actually,
No.
I eat shrimp
No.
and chicken.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now after we're done, can you please give it back the Morton's gift card that was in there?
Yes, please.
No, it's not in there.
Well, we don't.
And I don't plan on giving it back.
You don't love it that much, huh?
Well, you know what? I can replace it with a Target gift card.
Oh, okay.
okay.
That's so much better. Thank you.
You know what?
It is better.
I'm pretty sure I need some laundry detergent. Thank you very much, Chanel. I appreciate that.
I'll give you
You're
a
just
gift
trying to help
card.
me watch my girlish figure, right? You don't want me eating out all that rich, decadent food.
Well, you know what? You can go shopping. And I'll give you a $5 gift card to Payless.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday.
Well, now, since this is all things employment, Robin, what would you do with a $5 gift certificate to Payless?
A $5, I probably would buy some nail polish
Yeah,
or
it would be
something
some
like that.
Because you gotta look good on the job.
Gotta look good on the job. Gotta look good all the time. It's very
Because
important.
style equals employment.
Style equals employment. Networking equals employment. There's a lot of opportunities to run into somebody with good-looking hands. So
FYI.
Larry,
Larry started thinking to himself, "Oh no, this is not going to go well."
I want Larry to take notes, okay? Because this is important, you know. Larry says, and I thought just my good looks was enough.
Absolutely.
His speech will help him. Yeah, that'll get him wrong.
You know, and this is a segue because the most committed wins, and I know our first guest as somebody who is absolutely one of the most committed, if not the most committed person I've met in my life. All right, he is absolutely just a fantastic guy. And when I asked him to be on our show, A, I knew that he would say yes because he's that kind of guy. B, I hope that he would say yes because he was that kind of guy. And C, I was thrilled that he actually did say yes because
He's that kind of guy.
he's that kind of guy, absolutely. And I wanted to share with you. Well, he has a very nice. Yeah, I'll have to hold it up. He has a very nice
Walking piece.
what's it called?
Walking piece.
Walking piece. There you go. Very nice walking piece.
And for our listeners, Aaron is actually showing people what it looks like because Aaron has a tendency to forget sometimes he's also on the radio.
Thank you. So I'm showing people the walking piece. Larry Carr is running for Sacramento City Council now. According to me, that's a shoo-in. That's like a duh moment because he's the man. He's been on the SMUD Board of Directors, Executive Director of Florin Road Partnership for about 15 years now.
12 years.
12 years, okay. MBA from UCLA, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel, lived in the same community for over 25 years. On and on. We're going to let Larry talk more about this, but this is all things deployment. I would like to talk about also, besides anything you want to talk about, how all your involvement has helped people find jobs. Robin, Chanel, I'm so pleased to introduce to you Mr. Larry Carr.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here. You just took my whole campaign speech.
You know,
And now Larry's going to leave because he has nothing else to say. Thank you for being here.
I love this picture.
It's a great picture. That's
It's
the
a
first thing I
hard-working
commented
guy, right?
on.
It's a hard-working guy. He got his tie down.
That's right.
You know, because you know he's out there doing stuff.
That's right. He's ready to be in the trenches, or he's just finished up, got his jacket over his shoulder. It's
And it was hot out there.
On that.
Well, as you mentioned, Aaron, I live in the Parkway portion of Sacramento. I've lived there for 25 years. It is perhaps the most diverse district in a diverse city, almost equally split amongst the ethnic groups. And I've so enjoyed being on the SMUD Board and being on Executive Director of the Florin Road Partnership because it has allowed me to interface with all of those different people, all of those different cultures, all of the ethnicities, and the languages. I've also enjoyed going to Cinco de Mayo, celebrating Tet, celebrating Hanukkah. I do them all. So that's
So what he's saying is he likes to party, guys.
Because that's always my focus when it comes to that kind of thing. Where's the grub?
So at the Florin Road Partnership, what we've been doing for the last 12 years is bringing goods and services to the people of District 8, as well as jobs, working with the business community. At SMUD, we've been working to bring low rates, high reliability, and a whole host of goods and services, as well as emphasizing customer service. Do you know that SMUD has been ranked #1 in California for the last 12 years for customer satisfaction, both residential and commercial? And most of the time,
I believe that.
It's the best in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because we've been emphasizing that. And that's one of the things I want to do when I get on the city council, if I'm fortunate enough to win, is to emphasize customer service and make sure that people who go up to the counter, people who come in contact with the city, come away saying, wow, that was a very good experience. Those guys really helped me.
Well, I was fortunate enough to be on the SMUD CAP board years ago. And I remember sitting in those meetings, and pretty much 90% of that was about how they can best serve the community and work with the public to provide the services that we all want and need so much.
Yes, we've put a focus on it, both customer service as well as making sure the workforce at SMUD represented the diversity of the community. As a community-owned organization, if you're going to survive, you're going to have to represent the people that you're serving, and that means both in employment as well as outreach. One of the things that we've been able to do on the SMUD board, when I got on there, Aaron and Robin, we were doing almost all of our advertising and outreach with KFBK Radio, Sacramento Bee, Sacramento Magazine, and Channel 3. And now you can hardly go to any event in Sacramento without seeing some type of SMUD representation, either a table, an ad in the brochure, or a contribution. And that's because everyone in this community owns SMUD. I got into trouble one time saying that, and the guy came up to me after I finished speaking and said, tell me about this utility I own.
I didn't realize my assets were so diverse.
I see some dividends. I said, friend, you're already receiving dividends. Your utility rates are 25% below PG&E and one of the lowest in California. And we use that to attract business to Sacramento, too. I'm also on the SACTO board, the organization that goes around the country, goes around the world, actually, to recruit businesses to come to Sacramento. And we very often will send a SMUD representative along to let people know if you come to Sacramento, you're going to have low electricity rates.
The SACTO board, I was lucky enough to be in a meeting. Now, this is kind of interesting that you talk about that. They were discussing employment and the employment trends in Sacramento versus some of the other sister cities that they had, right? And it was interesting to see that although Sacramento has some fairly good numbers, there was a lot more to be done. And I know that SMUD is one of our more prolific employers in the Sacramento region. And we appreciate not only do you hire, but you hire at very good salaries.
Yeah, we have about 2,000 employees, and we do pay a good salary, and it's a good organization to work in. That's why you meet very few ex-SMUD employees.
Right.
Everybody that you meet that has been associated with SMUD stays, for the most part.
Yes.
Private industry has lured away some of our top executives, and the board has to keep an eye on that and keep an eye on our salary structure. But most of our executives are at SMUD because they love to work there, and they also have a tie to the community, and they want to be a part of a very progressive organization.
So, as excited as I am about SMUD, and I'm equally, if not more, excited about the Florin Road Partnership. that has say SMUD is an organization that has a great product and works well within that great product. Florin Road Partnership is an organization, and correct me if I'm wrong, where marketing and PR can be sometimes rather daunting,
to say the least.
Okay.
To say the least. The image of the mission of the Florin Road Partnership is to increase the image and economic vitality of the Florin Road corridor. And as a PBID, we're the oldest PBID in Sacramento outside of downtown Partnership, by the way. As a PBID, we have 5 tasks that the board has given me. Let's see if I can remember these.
Okay, here we go.
First one is streetscape. And with streetscape, we do a lot of street cleanup. In fact, we do $50,000 a year just to pick up trash and remove graffiti. We also have painted the poles green to give them a distinctive color. We do the banners during the winter and the holiday season. We've replaced those old tin trash cans that were wrapped around a pole with a chain with the new trash cans. Those things are $1,000 a piece.
Trash cans there's a big business in trash. I didn't even realize it until we started talking about it with another guest. They're pricey.
It is.
But it was a good investment because I drive up and down that Florin Road corridor regularly. I work over that.
I always thought that you should be in trash.
Aaron, it's too early in the day to start this fight. Let's just say the most committed wins, and that will be me on this point.
And let's just say I love you both, and let's keep the peace, okay?
Yeah, we have company now, Aaron. Be nice. At any rate, Larry, I was just going to compliment you on the streetscape because you've done a fine job. It looks great.
Oh, thank you. I feel that if we can't keep the street clean, don't bother with anything else. Just go home. And so we put a lot of emphasis on that, removing illegal signage and things like that, all going to streetscape. Second thing that we do is economic development. Now, we actually don't own the businesses, contrary to popular belief. People will approach me often to say, hey, I bought some tires from so-and-so, and they didn't do right. Well, go talk to them. But we keep track of all the businesses, all the available properties, who owns them, what incentives are available for development, and things like that.
But Larry, now, if you receive those calls, and you receive several calls about the same business with the Florin Road Partnership, does it have the power or the desire to maybe step in, not necessarily as a mediation, but just to say, hey, so business, we're receiving complaints, and you need to be aware of it.
Well, the way this works is that the partnership is responsible from the sidewalk to the other sidewalk across the street. The businesses run their own business, and they hire the people that they would like to hire, and they have their own marketing plans, and the partnership isn't involved in that, nor we don't interfere in that, and we are not welcome to do that. Walmart would be very reticent to listen to anything I had to say, or Sears for that matter. So they have their own way of dealing with complaints, and we direct them to the store manager.
So now this is not me being argumentative, and I hope you see it as that. Now saying that, I know the Florin Road Partnership has had a hand in bringing business to the Florin Road corridor. True?
Yes.
Now, let's say that you wanted Walmart to come back to Southgate Plaza. And in order to do that, Walmart's going to take a look to see if it's a good thing to do. So now you have ABC company at Southgate Plaza, and they have signage, they got people hanging out in front of the store, they're doing everything wrong that shows bad business. You're trying to get Walmart back to Southgate Plaza. Is there any stepping in there that you might do in order to encourage people to come in? You got to make sure that the businesses are that are seen are going to encourage people to come in and say, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to set up my shop next door to whomever is over there. Does Florin Road Partnership step in that regard?
Well, you mentioned a couple things. First of all, the third thing we do is security.
Okay.
And that is security in excess of the security provided by the police, the sheriff. We deal with both of those, as well as the highway patrol. So we do provide extra security. We have private security that responds to our businesses when they're having issues, and we work with the sheriff and the police if there's a problem place. So we do actively participate in that, and that's an ongoing thing. Insofar as business relocation is concerned, this is a misconception I had when I became executive director of the Florin Road Partnership. And Jim Cordano, who was the president of the board at that time, took me aside because I said, the people want a red lobster here. So can we go out and get a red lobster?
And by the people, you meant you?
Me?
Me, want a red lobster.
So this was the first thing I was going to do. I was going to go out and get a red lobster. So Cordano took me to lunch and he said, listen, it really doesn't work like that. He said, you know, the red lobster people, they have their own strategic plan about how they're going to roll out their products, their stores. And they also look at the demographics of an area. They need to know how many people are there, how much money they make, how many are college educated, how many have high schools, how many kids in the area, and they know what demographics they need to support their store. So they won't come to an area unless they think it can be supported. He said that's the same reason you don't see a Neiman Marcus in Sacramento. There are not enough billionaires in Sacramento to support a Neiman Marcus. And Neiman Marcus knows this. Mm-hmm. So you can go to Neiman Marcus all you want. They're not going to put a store here. And that's the way the business part of it works. He said you don't get to sit in your living room and decide which businesses come where. But, here's the big but, there is a way you can get your red lobster. I said, how's that? He said, you get some investors together, get a couple of $1 million, buy a location, buy a franchise, and you can put your red lobster in.
Because then it will be your red lobster.
It'll be your red lobster. I said, so that's the way that situation works.
Well, Larry, I personally sad about the red lobster, but very happy about the sizzler. Thank you very much for that.
That's a great sizzler, by the way, if for those who haven't been there. The people who own that have about 25 sizzlers around California, and it's a new kind of updated vibe. Mm-hmm. People used to think of Sizzler as being places where old people went at 4 o'clock to have dinner.
Right.
This Sizzler is not like that, and neither of the other Sizzlers that these folks have owned, the owners have opened.
Yep, it's great. Their salad bar is amazing. Not that we could, I mean, again, I could get caught off on the food tip for a long time, but I wanted to just comment that it was a good addition to that area. So thank you.
They've been good members of the Florin Road Partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sad about the red lobster.
There is a way you can get it though.
I know, right on how.
You can spend your $2 million to bring it, Chanel.
I didn't say that. I like to go and eat and
Ah, okay.
And then
You don't want to be a business owner then?
not with the red lobster.
Okay.
I want to talk about jobs. And I'm wondering if you could provide me any sort of numbers in terms of number of jobs that Florin Road Partnership has had a hand in bringing to the South area. I know it's a lot, but I'm wondering if you had some numbers.
I would say we don't really track that, the number of people working in the various stores, but I would guess in the thousands. Mm-hmm. Walmart itself has over 500 probably full and part-time employees. And some of the other businesses, the smaller businesses that have opened up like 99 Ranch probably has a couple hundred employees. Home Depot probably has 100 employees. They do about $35 million worth of business a year. So I would say it's in the thousands that have been lured there or have been encouraged to stay there.
And you're listening to All Things Employment on OneTalkNetwork.com. We're talking with our guest today, Larry Carr, who's running for Sacramento City Council in District 8. And we're very excited that he's here. He's given us lots of insights and information about employment in the area and businesses that we could bring if we only had the money to do so, and also talking to us about the ways that the Florin Road Partnership has not only improved the area but also maintained the area and helped to not just bring new businesses but encourages the businesses that have been there for many, many years to stay. So you mentioned Home Depot. That's a necessary part of that community, you know, and in a community that's not brand new, you've got plenty of maintenance and upkeep that needs to happen to those homes. And for those homeowners, it's good that they don't have to leave their neighborhood to be able to purchase the things they need.
It's a well-used store, and it not only serves the residents of the surrounding community, it also serves most of the contractors who are doing work in our area. And you will see lots and lots of contractors there all the time. And they've been very good partners with the partnership. They participate with the partnership. They're on the board of directors of the partnership.
Okay.
And we've appreciated Home Depot as well.
And I did mention Walmart is returning to Southgate Plaza, correct?
Yes, there's Walmart in Florin Town Center now. And in the middle of Southgate, there was a vacant spot where the old Walmart was before it moved to Florin Town Center. And Walmart is coming in with a neighborhood grocery store, these smaller grocery store concept stores, and they're going to lease 1/3 of the old space. And then Walmart has agreed to give back to the property manager the license for the rest of the store, for the rest of the space.
Wow.
So they're going to be marketed very soon. And Walmart didn't want to release that part of that store because they didn't want anything to be in competition with their store at Florin Town Center. But we were able to convince Walmart that it wasn't in their best interest or our best interest to have that much dark space in the middle of that shopping center.
Yeah.
So that's going to totally revive Southgate, which had been going down for some time. And the new management, new Mark Merrill, has put millions of dollars into revitalizing. You know, they painted all the whole shopping center. They repaved it. It's looking good. They get new businesses there. Effingham Bank is going to move from across the street into the old Blockbuster building.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I want to make sure that Chanel, you did bring the shackles, right? Because we got to shackle him, make sure that he stays with us for the second half hour. Because there's a lot to talk about, and clearly Larry does have some words, doesn't he? So we have drawn to the conclusion of the first half hour.
Wow, that was fast.
I know, right? You know, all I do is shake my head, go, yeah, that's good, wonderful, because Larry is indeed that kind of guy. All right, so in the second half hour, we are going to continue our conversation with Mr. Larry Carr, and then we're going to get some who's hiring in the area and throughout California.
Absolutely.
And I presume we're going to do the thing about it as well. So,
We are.
you are listening to All Things Employment with your host, Aaron Boyce, and
Rose-Haymer.
with
Chanel Sadler.
and
Larry Carr.
and we will see you in 5. Okay, good. That was quick, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So now the second part will be you. You know, now we want to, okay, so we talk about SMUD, we talk about Florin Road Partnership. I noticed that you don't have, and that's why I didn't mention it, the black chamber on this. Was that something purposeful or just an oversight or what?
No, we printed those really early.